Hello and welcome back to Freestyle here at the custom Raymond James Stadium. If you haven't seen part 1, I highly recommend doing so, as this will be the other 8 trucks that were not in part 1. And at the end of part 2, you can vote for which truck you believe should win by the link in the description below. So, with that little spiel out of the way, let's get on to the next trucks. Up first, we have Gunslinger. We've seen this truck before, more specifically in Throwdown. They did alright in racing, but let's see what Gunslinger has for us in Freestyle. Getting the feel of the track as Gunslinger drives themselves around. Looks like they've eyed their obstacle. Up and over the racing ramp they go, landing back down for the nice little bounce. Engine roaring as they head up the other side of the racing lane. Some huge air off of that ramp. Lining it back down, not quite going for the backflip ramps just yet. As they go up for the next ramp, up they go. Some more big air landing on the tabletop and losing their front wheel as they come off that ramp. Rather unfortunate they are this early on, but let's see what Gunslinger can do with 3 wheels. Up the other racing lane they go, landing it back down pretty hard, bouncing it up once again. Looks like they're going for the backflip ramp now. Up they go, spinning the truck around, landing down hard and losing the other rear wheel. Now only with 2 wheels. Let's see what Gunslinger can do as they roll themselves over right next to Scarlet Bandit and on their roof, which will be a rather short and unfortunate run for Gunslinger here. Our next truck up is one you've seen before, Toro Loco Yellow. Let's see if we can get ourselves another Toro Loco at the World Finals. Picking their first obstacle, up the racing lane they go, going across the finish line. And it looks like Toro Loco is going to give us a donut here as they go. Look at them go. Pretty good donuts there from Toro Loco. Up over the ramp leading to the tabletop, hitting the rear suspension pretty hard on the ramp. Oh yeah, something definitely broke back there. Looks like one of the 4 links based on the suspension. Climbing across and over the obstacles. Up they go, climbing up the sides. Can they make it? Not quite. Looks like they're going to be sliding off of that. Yep, off and off the obstacle they go. Broken 4 link, not giving the truck some time. That is definitely not how the suspension should be bending. Looks like they're going for the backflip ramps here. Up Toro Loco goes, spinning the truck around. Smoke coming out of the nose and losing the front right wheel. Climbing up and over the wheel. Suspension in the back bending quite a lot, and the truck rolls it onto its roof. Another fairly short run here, not quite filling the clock, but let's move on to our next competitor. Our next competitor, if you can tell by the engine, is a CRC truck. And here they are, your racing champion, Avenger. Avenger's gotten themselves into the World Finals alongside Max D and Gravedigger, some more legends that made it into the World Finals. Let's see if Avenger can pull a Gravedigger the Legend and double down here in Freestyle. Up their first obstacle they go, getting some nice airs. They come up and over, popping it up on the 2 front wheels for a little bit, and putting it in reverse very early on. Up the backside of the racing lane, continuing on 2 wheels, and right back down onto all 4 wheels. Off they go, up over the center ramp for some huge air, going across the finish line, popping it back down. Bringing the truck around into a donut here for us. Pretty good donuts by Avenger. Crawling up and over some of the ramps here once again. Going across the tabletop back into the racing lane. Bringing this truck around. Off they go for the center ramp again. Up they go, up the side, bringing the truck on its side, clipping the ramp, bouncing around, putting the truck back on its wheels as it crawls over the ramp over there. Looks like they tried to pop a sky wheelie as they climb over the ramp. Up they go. Not quite, but putting it on two wheels for a little bit as they crawl over. Going back to the center ramp again. Up they go. Some more big air. Bouncing it off the top. Landing on the opposite side. Going for the backflip ramp again. Up they go. Spinning the truck around. Landing it down hard and breaking the rear shock. There's much more this truck can do. Up they go. Leaning on the side. And on their roof. Yet another truck to end up on their roof here today at the custom Raymond James Stadium. Hopefully this will not be how all of our runs end. Our next competitor up is Kraken. Pretty cool looking truck with the octopus on the back, or squid, one of those two tentacle sea animals. Off they go down the starting line. Up and over the ramp they go for some pretty good air as the start. Coming back around, going for the center ramp early on. Up they go, some huge air. Landing on top of the ramp, popping it up into a wheelie. Trying not to go up the shipping containers too much, as again, those aren't really backflip ramps. But the truck lands it back down, pops it into a wheelie as they recover, heads for the tabletop. Up they go, spinning the truck around, and right back into the direction they were headed before. Engine roaring again as they head for the center ramp. Up they go. A little bit of a sky wheelie there as they bounce back down. Going once again in to go for one of the ramps. Up they go. Some huge air from Kraken once again. Bouncing it right back down. Going for the backflip ramp. Up they go. Spinning the truck around. Landing it right down pretty hard, it seemed. But the truck still seems to be perfectly fine. Up over the racing lane they go. Bouncing on top of one of the ramps. Careful not to hit Donkey Kong over there. Up over the racing lane for some more good air. Landing it up into that ramp. And can they save it here? Yes, they can. And it seems like they've recaptured their hood once again. Going for the racing lane. Up they go. Some big air. Bouncing it back down once again. Off they go, back to the ramp. Up they go, some huge air going up, going sideways, and breaking all the wheels on their right side. Yeah, they're not getting up from that position, it seems. It looks like that will be the end of the run here for Kraken, if they don't end up on their roof, but instead stuck on their side. Up next, we have Iron Outlaw. Again, one of the trucks in Jimmy Cretan's team. I believe we've seen them before. But here they are. Let's see if they can get themselves a win here in Freestyle. Off over the racing ramp they go, crossing the finish line. Coming back around on the side of Scarlet Bandit over there. Up over one of the racing jumps. Crowd cheering as he gets some huge air off the ramp. Bringing the truck back around into a donut here. Pretty good donut from Iron Outlaws. They now head up the center ramp. Up they go to cross the racing lane, landing on their side. And I think the front right wheel is bent as they crawl up one of the other ramps. Kraken sitting over there next to the backflip ramp. Trying to bring the truck around, but the front wheel's definitely not helping them. Spinning the truck around onto their side. Can they recover? Yes, they can. Better not hit the stands there. Bringing the truck over. shedding the body, or most of the body as they do. Looks like it's ready to fall off at any point. Going up over the tabletop. Landing back down. Oh, there goes one of the body panels. Still two more to go. Up one of the ramps they go, bouncing into the other ramp. That's a hard hit. The truck flips over and just sheds the rest of the body panels as it does. Flipping the truck over once again. Putting it up on two wheels as it comes back down. Going for the backflip ramp, it seems. Up they go into a flip. Bouncing off the front tires, landing on the rear. Putting it up and do a little bit of a wheelie. They hit the ramp once again, spinning the truck around, landing down hard. And it looks like the other front wheel is broken as well. Steering is just completely gone in the front suspension. Up over they go, over the racing ramp. Landing it down hard. Flipping the truck over once again, standing it up on one wheel. Can they recover from this as they roll themselves over even further? And it's saved. Truck is back on all four wheels, but with 10 seconds left on the clock, not much they can do with a broken front steering as they bounce off the racing ramp there. And time is up for Iron Outlaw. Truck couldn't really seem to get itself turned around. And with the engine shut off, that will be the end of the run here for Iron Outlaw. Up next, we have a fairly classic truck here. We have Predator. We've seen them many times before, and almost every time they have lost to Gravedigger in racing. Let's see if Predator can get themselves a freestyle win here. Looks like they found their prey, and up they go, up over the first ramp. Bouncing it back down, pretty good. Bringing themselves around, looking for their next obstacle. Going up on two wheels for a little bit, up over the ramp. Going up over the center ramp, sky-wheeling it, and coming right back down. Off they go up the racing lane. Some pretty good air off the line. Landing it right back down. Predator coming back around the stadium. Popping up on two wheels again as they go for the tabletop. Up they go. Bouncing out off the other side. Flipping themselves over. And saving it. Going for the racing lane again. Up they go. Up over the ramp they went up the first time. Predators going after the center ramp here. Up they go. Some big air. And rolling right down the other side. Going for the backflip ramp. Looks like up they go. Losing the front end. Hitting it hard on the front suspension. Rolling it over. And putting it right back on all four tires. Up the ramp they go. They're going to land it down hard once again. Ooh. Seemed like a not as hard landing as other trucks have before. The truck can still drive very good, it seems, and they're going to give us a donut here. Some donuts from Predators. The side body panel just flings itself outwards. Up over the racing ramp they go, coming right back down. Yeah, not going for those shipping containers there, because they will mess up your truck as we've seen earlier. Up over the other racing ramp and clipping the center ramp a bit, but leveling the truck back out, putting it into a stopping as they come back down, putting it in reverse over the center ramp, bouncing off the center ramp, rolling it over. Pretty nice save there from Predators. They put it back on all four wheels. Crawling up the center ramp as time runs out. Up over the end, and I believe that will be the last stunt there for Predator, as this wheelie does not count. But into a backflip they go, continuing their run, landing it back down, rolling it over, and shutting off the engine, thus ending the run completely for Predator. Our second to last truck is, you probably guessed it, Gravedigger. More specifically, Gravedigger 3D, which we last saw over at the Boneyard Bash event I did on Halloween. If you haven't seen that, I recommend doing so, as there's quite a lot of Gravediggers there. Anyway, off they go. They did pretty good in racing, but lost to Avenger. For a good obstacle to hit. Looks like they found it. Up they go over the racing lane, getting some pretty big air off the ramp. Going for the tabletop ramp here. Up they go. Some huge air. Landing it right next to one of the other ramps there. Giving a little bump to Scarlet Bandit there and running into the wall. It looks like they're stuck on the wall, but they pop themselves out and run into Scarlet Bandit once again. Going up the ramp, oh, not quite. Going up on their side, bouncing down into the racing lane. Can they recover it? Yes, they can. Crawling up and over, they go. Going for the backflip ramp. Up they go into the backflip, getting some pretty big air off of that, and landing it back down pretty hard, it looked like. Putting it up on two wheels, they turn the truck back around, going for the center ramp. Up they go, some huge air, landing it back down into a bounce. Bouncing off the ramp over there, and I think they broke their front right tire. Oh yeah, steering's broken in the front right tire. Gravedigger landing it back down, popping into a small wheelie if they recover. Crawling up over the speed bump that was used in racing. Trying to turn, but that front wheel is definitely not helping them. It's a pretty wide circle now. Bouncing off the ramp and popping it up and over the racing ramp, spinning the truck around. Can they recover? Yes, they do. Looks like the rear wheel is broken too. Bringing the truck around, going back to the tabletop, up they go, some huge air. And saving the truck. Up they go, clipping the racing ramp once again, rolling the truck over in a bit of a front flip. Can they save the truck once again? Yes, they can. Up and over the ramp. And right back down. Trying to go for the backflip ramp, but not quite. Looks like they're going to try for the shipping container, but not quite. The truck rolls it over onto the side. And looks like that will be the end of the run here for Gravedigger. And we have our final truck of the day, Max D. And you're probably going to notice something. The trucks that were here on the track before, they're gone now. Why are they gone? Well, it's quite simple. The game crashed before I could film this one. So, here we have Max D on a completely fresh, completely empty track. Looking for their first obstacle to hit. Looks like they found it. Going for the center ramp, up they go, some big air and a sky wheelie. Bouncing off the top of the ramp there, breaking one of the bars in the back of the truck. Into a donut they go. Pretty good donut from Max D. Going back to the center ramp, up they go, spinning the truck around. Bouncing around, but right back onto the wheels they go. Max D turning themselves around. Going for the center ramp again. Up they go. Some more big air. Landing it down pretty hard, it sounded, in the racing lane. Going up the side of the ramp. Landing it onto the other ramp with crossing them. Truck crawling right off the ramp. Looks like they're going to put it into a donut here. Nope, just turning around. Up they go. Ooh, hitting that ramp really hard, bouncing across the racing lane and breaking the rear left wheel. turning the truck around once again, going up the ramp, going across the racing ramp, and I think they broke the steering in the other wheel. Looks like they're just going to fall off of here. Right back in our all four tires. Crawling up over the tabletop, bouncing it down, landing it, and it looks like, oh yeah, they're stuck on the stands, and that will be the end of the run here for Max D. Well, we had a pretty good run here, but there's still just one more truck to go. If you've been here before, I'm sure you know who it is. And of course, it is the B Monsters monster truck here to show us out with an encore run. Anyway, as I stated before, you could go and vote for which truck you believe should have won in the description below. I'm going to try something a little different, do a Google Form link and a Strawpoll link just to see, just to try it out. Anyway, while you're in the description, you can go to BeamMonsters.com where I got this track and all of these trucks from. So, until next event, I will see you later.